Paris was already buzzing with the energy of Fashion Week, but when BTS's Jimin stepped out for the Dior Women's Spring/Summer 2026 show, the atmosphere shifted. Fans who had gathered outside the venue erupted in chants, holding banners and cameras high. Photographers rushed forward, knowing that one of the biggest global icons had just arrived. Jimin, dressed head to toe in a sleek black Dior suit, carried himself with quiet confidence. His outfit was sharp yet minimal, highlighting his natural charisma. The moment he walked past the crowd, the sound of cheers filled the air, and Paris seemed to pause. Inside the venue, all eyes turned as Jimin was guided to his front row seat. Fashion insiders whispered, journalists scribbled notes, and cameras followed his every move. The world of haute couture is used to celebrities, but Jimin's presence felt different. He was seated next to actress Monica Barbaro, who admitted in a lighthearted moment, "I was told to expect chaos when he arrives, but it's on another level." The crowd of photographers around their row made it clear, Jimin wasn't just attending, he was the event. Within minutes, photos of Jimin at the show flooded social media. Dior's official Instagram posted high-resolution shots that went viral instantly. Fans reshared the images across platforms, turning them into trending hashtags worldwide. On X, formerly Twitter, Man of the Show and fashion icon Jimin were among the top global trends. Even those outside the K-pop fandom commented on his flawless presence, with fashion journalists calling him a natural-born style muse. Jimin's appearance was not just a celebrity cameo, it was a continuation of his strong connection with Dior. As one of the brand's most influential ambassadors in Asia and globally, his attendance solidified Dior's commitment to blending high fashion with pop culture. For Dior, Jimin represents more than just a star. He is a bridge between music, youth culture, and luxury. His ability to influence trends and create headlines proves why the house treasures him as a global icon. Outside the venue, hundreds of armies gathered in Dior merchandise and BTS-inspired outfits. Some had traveled from across Europe just for a chance to see Jimin in person. As soon as his images were released, fans live-streamed reactions, screaming and crying tears of joy. One fan outside the venue was overheard saying, "It feels like Paris Fashion Week has become Jimin Week." Fashion magazines wasted no time. WWD, Vogue, and Elle highlighted Jimin's appearance as one of the most defining celebrity moments of Paris Fashion Week. The language used by the press was glowing, effortless, powerful, magnetic. Some fashion critics even suggested that Dior's Spring/Summer 2026 designs became secondary to Jimin's presence, joking that he outshined the runway itself. Jimin's evolution into a global fashion icon has been years in the making. From his early BTS days experimenting with bold stage outfits to now being a recognized Dior ambassador, his growth reflects not just personal style but influence. Every appearance sets new fashion conversations. Fans analyze his accessories, hairstyle, and even the way he poses for cameras. Fashion insiders have called him the blueprint for modern male elegance. For Jimin, Paris was not just about sitting in the front row. It was about reinforcing his identity beyond music. His appearance carried a message. BTS may be on individual journeys, but their influence remains global and unstoppable. Luxury brands see him as a symbol of cultural power, while fans see him as someone who inspires confidence and artistry. Jimin's moment at Dior was a perfect reflection of both worlds colliding. Back home in South Korea, the media was quick to amplify Jimin's Dior moment. Major outlets like Yonhap News, Dispatch, and Naver Entertainment highlighted his global impact, calling him the pride of Korea for dominating headlines in Paris. One editorial noted, "When Jimin appears, the world takes notice." His influence goes beyond music. It extends into culture, luxury, and identity. The coverage in Korea framed his presence not just as a celebrity appearance, but as a representation of South Korean soft power. Of course, no Jimin story is complete without ARMY. The fandom's reaction transformed his Dior attendance into a global event. On X, ARMYs trended phrases like, are Dior prints, and Jimin owns Paris. Fans created edits, fan art, and video compilations within hours of his arrival. Live streams outside the venue reached tens of thousands of viewers, many of whom were simply waiting to catch a glimpse of him walking by. The collective energy of ARMY once again proved why BTS members remain at the top of global influence charts. Fashion experts have long debated how K-pop idols influence trends, but Jimin's Dior appearance seemed to silence any doubts. Within a day, multiple style blogs reported a surge in searches for Dior black suit Jimin and Jimin Paris Fashion Week look. For Gen Z and younger millennial fans, Jimin's outfits often serve as inspiration. Retailers in Seoul and Tokyo reported increased interest in tailored black suits immediately after the show aired online. As one stylist put it, when Jimin wears something, it doesn't stay on the runway, it becomes a global trend. Luxury fashion thrives on influence, and Jimin has become a brand's dream partner. Dior's post featuring Jimin reportedly became one of its most liked Fashion Week posts of the season. Marketing experts estimate that his appearance generated millions of dollars in earned media value within just 24 hours. For Dior, it's not just about selling clothes, it's about tapping into Jimin's aura, his artistry, and his cultural pull. And for Jimin, it's about expanding his influence beyond music into lifestyle, artistry, and legacy. Although Jimin's solo schedule has brought him into luxury fashion circles, fans never separate him from BTS. Online, ARMYs reminded the world that this Dior moment was also a win for BTS as a whole. Many pointed out that each member, whether in music, acting, or fashion, strengthens the BTS brand by diversifying their influence. Jimin at Dior is Jimin, but he is also BTS, wrote one fan account with over 1 million followers. This unity underscores why BTS remains a cultural force even during individual projects. For fans who have followed Jimin since his debut, seeing him at Paris Fashion Week was emotional. He was once a trainee in Busan, unsure if he would make it in the industry. Now, he is not just a pop star, but a front-row guest at one of the world's most prestigious fashion shows. ARMY's online shared emotional posts, from Busan to Paris. From practice rooms to Dior's front row. We are so proud of you, Jimin. His story represents more than fame. It represents resilience, growth, and inspiration. The Dior show may be over, but the buzz around Jimin is not. Industry insiders speculate that Dior might feature him in their upcoming campaign for 2026 collections. Others believe his growing presence in the fashion world could lead to new collaborations outside music. At the same time, fans eagerly wait for updates on his solo music projects. The balance of artistry and fashion has become Jimin's signature, blending performance with elegance, stage charisma with high couture. As the lights dimmed at the Dior runway and the fashion elite exited the venue, one thing was clear: Jimin had once again left an unforgettable mark. His presence redefined what it means to be a global pop star in 2025, not confined to music charts, but shaping industries, sparking conversations, and inspiring millions. Paris Fashion Week will move on to its next shows. Dior will release its full collection. But for ARMYs and the fashion world alike, Jimin's appearance will remain the defining highlight of the season. Even after the Dior Women's Spring/Summer 2026 show ended, Paris itself seemed to carry the afterglow of Jimin's presence. Cafes near the venue were filled with conversations about the Korean star who stole the night. Local newspapers and fashion blogs dedicated entire spreads to his appearance, placing his images alongside the new Dior collection as if he was part of it. For the people of Paris, Jimin's arrival wasn't just another celebrity sighting. It was a cultural moment. Street photographers captured fans waving BTS lightsticks near the Seine, while Dior's boutique in Avenue Montaigne saw a sudden spike in young shoppers who said they were inspired by Jimin's Paris look. Fashion insiders whispered that Dior executives were thrilled. According to one anonymous attendee, the moment Jimin sat in the front row, the energy shifted. Dior wasn't just showing clothes anymore. They were showing power, influence, and the future of fashion.